Help support the show by joining the Patreon or becoming a YouTube member. Also, hit that like button and subscribe if you want more Browns-focused content.
All right, it's official. The Cavs have locked up the 1 seed. They have come into this season and conquered everything that they've needed to do, right? The 1 seed was the last thing that they needed to conquer. They blow out the Chicago Bulls in this game to do it. I talked about before this stretch of games where the Cavs, their magic number was at like 3, but then the Celtics lost, so it reduced to 2. I talked about wanting the Cavs to get to this game in Chicago or against Chicago and wrapping up this 1 seed on time, right? I thought there was no reason this 1 seed, clinching the 1 seed situation should linger until one of those games against the Pacers. They wrapped up before they played the Pacers, and I'm pretty happy with where this team is. Now they get to rest pretty much for like, a week or like 14 days, 2 weeks until the start of the playoffs. So they get a lot of rest before the start of the playoffs. They handle business in a way that I liked. Today, they were able to get their shots off pretty well. What they shoot from 3, they shot 50% from 3, so it feels like they have recovered from that slump of three-point shooting they had over out west. A lot of things went into that. Darius Garland, really good shooting night. It seems like all Darius Garland needs to get going as a shooter is just let him get the floor by himself in the backcourt without Donovan Mitchell there. And that like gets him out of passive mode and gets him into being aggressive and needing to score. And that's when he, starts to look more and more like himself. Evan Mobley had a solid 21-11 game. Jarrett Allen played 29 minutes today, only had 12 and 9. But you really didn't need much from Jarrett today because you got 17 from DeAndre Hunter in 26 minutes. And then you got 18 from Ty Jerome, 18 and 5 from Ty Jerome in 22 minutes. So you handled business, you took care of business, you beat the Chicago Bulls, and now the Cavs are officially the 1 seed. This is the 4th time in franchise history they've been the 1 seed, and this is a year where nobody expected the Cavs to be the 1 seed in the East. Their preseason odds to win a championship were plus 5,000. Their over and under for the season was at 48.5. And that would have been an improvement to what they did last year. The Cavs have obliterated that number. And I don't know what the championship odds are right now, but I'm sure plus 5,000 is not where they're sitting right now for the Cavaliers. This is the end mark of a portion of the regular season. There will be games after this, and we will talk about those games after this. But this marks the Cavs accomplishing everything that they set out to accomplish this offseason. They wanted to be the 1 seed. They wanted people to understand that the Cavs are here. You got to take them serious. And they've accomplished all of that. Whether you think the Cavs can beat the Boston Celtics or not, what is true is that the Cavs feel like the one threat to the Boston Celtics. That remains. Boston is sitting at a 58-20 record. The Cavs are sitting at 62-16. First and foremost, I want to make sure that everybody is taking the necessary time to appreciate what it is the Cavs have done this season. What the Cavs are doing and what they did this season doesn't happen every year, obviously. Especially when you don't have LeBron James on the roster. And even when you had LeBron James on the roster, the Cavs didn't do this every year. A 60-plus win season, you remember those. You remember how those seasons end in the playoffs for sure, but you remember how those seasons win. The Cavs gave you one of the funnest seasons to watch in their recent history. And if you are a Cavs fan, if you sat through J.J. Hickson and Mo Williams and what Ramon Sessions and Baron Davis Cavs and the early parts of Kyrie and then Deion Waiters and then drafting Andrew Wiggins and then getting LeBron back and then losing LeBron again, and then hoping that Larry Nance and Jordan Clarkson develop into key players for you. You should not take this for granted. Whether you're a LeBron fan or not, what this team has accomplished outside the shadow of LeBron is spectacular. I mean, now this is the second best. This is going to be guaranteed the second best record in Cavs history. I don't think they can surpass what they did in LeBron's first MVP year. But this is going to be one of the best seasons of Cav history. And it is important that it happened outside the shadow of LeBron. Not that LeBron's bad or anything, or, association with LeBron is bad, but it is nice to be out that shadow. Only thing I can compare what this means for stepping out of the shadow, it reminds you of the Derrick Rose MVP year, right? And part of the big noise for the Bulls that year was that they were able to step out that shadow of Michael Jordan, because that was the first time I believe they were the 1 seed since MJ had left. This is the first time the Cavs have gotten a 1 seed without LeBron James in franchise history. That's important. That matters. So one, as a fan, enjoy it. Now, make no mistake, the real work to what the legacy of this Cavs team is going to be begins now and starts once the playoffs tip off, right? I'm always going to have respect for what this team accomplished in the regular season, but a lot of what dictates how we view them, how much reverence we're going to have for this Cavs team, it's going to be determined in the playoffs. We have seen all that we could see. There is nothing more to glean from the regular season as far as projecting it onto the playoffs. All of this information has been showed to you. Everything the Cavs have showed you or could show you, they have. Everything every other team in the NBA has showed you, they have. These are who these teams are going into the playoffs. This is who the Cavs are going into the playoffs. I feel good about this Cavs team. I think this Cavs team goes far as they're willing to take themselves. But we'll see. But take a moment these next couple of weeks to enjoy the fact that you cheer for a team, that you have stuck through with a team that has gone through everything that the Cavs have gone through, but now are the 1 seed in the East. And don't take it for granted, because nobody thought this team was going to be the 1 seed to start the year. Nobody thought that was going to be the case. Vegas didn't think it. Cleveland didn't think it. Nobody thought it. Boston definitely didn't see it coming. But the Cavs are the 1 seed. They locked it up. They didn't fumble after the All-Star break like we were all afraid they were going to do. They didn't have some fall into the same pitfalls. They locked this thing up with a week to go, and now they get the rest for the rest of the season. It is a tremendous coaching job by Kenny Atkinson. He should win Coach of the Year. It's a tremendous job by Evan Mobley. He should be all NBA and Defensive Player of the Year. Donovan Mitchell put his ego aside to help this team get better. Same thing with Darius Garland. Everybody deserves a tremendous amount of credit as we move in to the most important stretch of this year for the Cavaliers, which is now the postseason. They got here. And fingers crossed, hopefully they stay healthy. I don't know how many of the starters are going to play going forward. I doubt there's going to be very much that happens with the starters going forward. But they're healthy. They're the 1 seed. This is a good time to be a Cavs fan. Y'all let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Have a great day. Have a better night. Peace.